big Yeti.
Let's all sit down for our story. They're read for you and me. Yeti Tales!
Right then, are you absolutely certain this is the story you wanted?
Yes, totally sure.
I'm not sure why, but that really isn't very surprising. Right. The Little Pests Hatch a Plan by Didier Levy and Tiziana Romanin. Two sisters sit in the kitchen drinking squash and chatting. Matilda's the big sister. Zoe is younger. If we put it that way, they'll definitely say no, says Matilda. You know what Mum and Dad are like. They always say no. We need a plan. Zoe has a think. You can almost hear the cogs turning in her brain. I have an idea, she yells suddenly. She whispers something into her big sister's ear and Matilda starts to grin. Brilliant! Let's get on with phase 1. Let's go!
Yeah, phase 1, let's go! But, Leon, we don't even know what the plan is for. Doesn't matter. Kids always come up with the best plans anyway.
They head straight to the living room. So you see, Matilda says, Zoe and I would like a little brother for Christmas.
A little brother? What kind of plan is that? It's lame. I can hear you, Nina. I just meant their plan is lame, Leon.
Mum and Dad look up from their newspapers, stunned. What? You what? They stutter. A little brother, the sisters chime. We'd really be nice to him, promise. Mum sighs. Your father and I are already too worn out by you two to want another child, so no way. The sisters share a sly glance, burst into tears and leave looking gloomy. But once they're in their room, the little pests grin ecstatically. Time for phase 2, says Matilda. Phase 2, Zoe echoes. They clap their hands excitedly. Phase 2 basically involves pestering and pestering and pestering some more.
So what's actually going on?
Well, I think their plan is a little more convoluted than it first appeared. So that morning, while their parents aren't looking, the little pests tiptoe up to the shopping list that's stuck on the fridge door. Matilda adds little brother at the bottom. Then Zoe takes the pen and crosses out broccoli.
I'm not sure you can buy a little brother at the supermarket, but at least they won't have broccoli for dinner.
During dinner, with everyone at the table, they take things up a notch. If we had a little brother, Matilda says, I'd like to call him Algernon. Archie Algernon is way more elegant, Zoe adds. Or Little Bruv works too, Matilda continues, easy to remember. Or Cutie Pie.
That's right. Cutie Pie isn't bad, right, Cutie Pie? What? Who said that?
Cutie Pie Algernon, yes, that's perfect, exclaims Zoe. You eating your beans would be perfect, little pests, grumbles Dad. And no talking, please. That would give us a real break. The girls keep quiet, but they haven't finished yet. The sisters keep up phase 2 for weeks and weeks, ending with a demonstration outside their parents' shop, armed with signs, slogans, and everything. Little brothers are the best.
Thank you. You can tell they don't have one.
Inside the shop, Mum and Dad wearily shake their heads. Little brothers are the best. Are they your girls? Says a smiling customer. Oh, no, they say, nothing to do with us. That night, in their room, under the cover of darkness, the girls whisper, I think they're ready, Matilda mutters. Things can get serious now. We still have that picture for them, right? Of course we do, Zoe says. Have you prepared a speech? Of course I have. Tomorrow's phase 3, the final stage.
Oh, there's more to the plan? Well, of course the sisters' plan was convoluted.
Convoluted, Leon, or complicated, or sophisticated, even Machiavellian, if you prefer.
I'm not too sure what I prefer.
The next morning, a Sunday, the girls go into the living room. They seem sad, very sad. You see, Matilda says, Zoe and I are upset, very upset. Mum and Dad look up from their newspapers. Why? What? They stutter. Zoe and I have realized we're never going to have a little brother. Ah, well, so we're going to show all the love we would have showed him to you instead. Mum and Dad are surprised and delighted. But we have so much love, Matilda says. We have plenty to pour into a dog. One like this, say a bulldog. Isn't he cute? Zoe shows them the picture.
Oh, so that was their plan. So they actually want a dog, but a dog is not as good as a little brother at all.
Mum folds her newspaper and coughs. Well, she says, completely ignoring the picture of the bulldog. It wasn't part of the plan, but Daddy and I are expecting a baby.
Oh, what?
Matilda and Zoe turn pale. Don't you think a dog is way better? We already wear you out. Mum and Dad beam. No. Ah, well, that's great. The sisters say, forcing a smile. We're really pleased, thrilled. And they head back to their room, their faces squished up like real bulldogs. Well, Zoe sighs, our plan was a washout, Matilda adds. In the name of a pecan pie. It looks as though their plan backfired on them.
I told you a little brother is way better.
4 years later, two sisters sit in the kitchen, drinking squash and chatting. And here comes their little brother, Marcus, happy and smiling.
Oh, so they called him Marcus in the end. Shame. I liked kitty pie.
Girls, Marcus says, how about we ask Mum and Dad if we can get a dog? Matilda and Zoe jump and share a glance. Ask them yourself, Marcus, they say, sighing. Last time we tried, things didn't really go according to plan.
Oh, yes, we remember it well.
Oh, yes.
Oh, they've got a dog! Yes, they got there in the end. Rubbish, Nina. Marcus got there in the end. Little brothers really are the best, you know. I keep telling you.
It looks as though Marcus managed to succeed where the girls failed. And my story is done for today.
Hey, Leon, I have a brilliant plan too. Follow me. Yeah. We want cake! We want stories! Stories and cakes! Tales aren't for snails!
Come on, you don't demonstrate about things you already have.
Oh, so does that mean we can have another story?
Yes, but best come back tomorrow as the bookshop's about to open. It's time for you to disappear.
Oh, see you tomorrow, Yetili. See you tomorrow, Yetili. Yeti Tales! Psst, Yetili!
Huh? A mushroom? Well, I didn't know that mushrooms grew in bookshops. What's going on?
He saw! Shh, he's going to spot us.
My word, it's an actual jumping mushroom. I'm having that mushroom. Come here. Oh, in the name of a rumbaba. This is incredible. Where did that mushroom get to? This can't be happening.
Come on, Leon, let's go. Yes.
Huh?
He didn't guess.
Right. Nina and Leon, those cheeky rascals, are trying to catch me out. Well, they're in for a surprise. My goodness, a jumping mushroom. How extraordinary. And I'm hungry. Well, I'm going to have another go at catching it. Got you, my little mushrooms. He who laughs last laughs longest, in the name of a marzipan mushroom.
Oh, no, he got us.
There you go. Oh, so what did you think? I know perfectly well that mushrooms don't grow in bookshops.
That's very true, except they do grow in books, though.
They do?
Yes, look. Here's proof.
Ah, well, yes, goodness me. 3 lovely, tasty-looking mushrooms. So, how about we read this book?
Oh, yes, our story. Our story.
Are you sitting comfortably, little mice?
Yeah.
Right, let's go. Let my story begin. 2 for me, 1 for you, by Jörg Müller. On her way home, Bear found 3 mushrooms. Weasel was very excited. He wiped the mushrooms, seared them, seasoned them with plenty of salt and pepper, and let them simmer in the frying pan with a little parsley.
A kitchen in the forest?
Yes. My goodness, that forest kitchen is absolutely gorgeous.
So what do you do when it rains?
Well, how about we say it never rains in that forest?
Oh, right, that works. You're right.
Bear dished up. 1 mushroom for you and 1 mushroom for me, she said. And another mushroom for me. That's fair. I'm big, so I need to eat a lot.
Well, no, that's not fair.
Well, I don't think it's all that unfair. Weasel did not agree. 1 mushroom for me, 1 mushroom for you, and another one for me. That's fair. I'm small, and I still have to grow.
There you go. Now that is fair.
Yes, but the bear's sort of right, too, because it's bigger, so it needs a lot more energy.
Sheesh, what about the little ones?
1 for you, 2 for me. That's fair, because I found the mushrooms.
Oh, that's no reason.
That's not fair at all. You brought them home to me, and I did all the work. I wiped the mushrooms and seared them and seasoned them and simmered them in a heavy pan with parsley.
Ah, yes.
But you used my recipe, and I set the table, and anyway, I like mushrooms much more than you do. Mushrooms are my absolute all-time #1 food, and I'm so hungry, you can hear my stomach grumbling.
Well, maybe they should cut the 3rd mushroom in half.
Oh, no, Nina, that's not possible.
Well, why not?
They don't have a knife.
As King Solomon would say, better some of a pudding than none of a pie, in the name of a raspberry tart. Wait, I'm much bigger than you. So my hunger is bigger than yours. My stomach's been grumbling so long it's gone croaky. But I said first that my stomach's grumbling.
So where's the 3rd mushroom?
There, look. 1, 2, and 3.
Yes, it's hidden.
But I said I wanted the extra mushroom first. 1 mushroom less won't hurt you. Too many mushrooms aren't good for little weasels or for fat bears. Okay, that does it. 2 for me, 1 for you, and that's it. In that case, you're not my friend anymore. Hey!
Oh, there you go.
But at least that solves the problem.
Yes, it does. Bear and Weasel were stunned. The cheek of it, they shouted. Totally unfair. Can you believe it? He just swiped our mushroom.
Serves them right.
Yes.
But then they wished each other bon appetit. The mushrooms tasted wonderful.
Yum, yum.
There was even dessert. Wild strawberries, cried Bear, delighted. My absolute all-time #1 food. Weasel dished them up.
But that weasel isn't very clever.
Why not?
Because if I were the weasel, I would have eaten a strawberry before bringing them to the bear.
That way you would have had 2.
Yes, and the bear would never have known.
But that's not fair because it had 2 strawberries.
You should be glad you were on the weasel's side earlier.
Oh, yes, that's true. So I would have got 2 strawberries. What a smart move. Oh, but that's not what the weasel did. It's going to start all over again.
Sometimes an injustice must be done so that justice is served, especially when it comes to strawberries, so long as you don't add too much sugar. That's crucial. And there we go, little mice. My story is done for today. And now it's time for you to disappear. The bookshop will be opening soon.
Wait, Yetili, you haven't eaten your mushroom yet.
I'm going to be magnanimous and let you have it, mice.
Really? Oh, thanks, Yetili.
Bye, Yetili. It was super fun. So, what are we going to do, Nina, with just one mushroom between us?
Well, I'll have the top and you can have the stalk.
No way, the top is the best bit.
Yes, but I'm bigger than you, so I get to choose.
What does that have to do with anything? I'm smaller, so I need the top to protect me.
Utter nonsense.
Ah,
There you go. I got them back. They have the mushroom, but I have the strawberries. For once, I really got them back. It's just us little strawberries. Oh, lovely.
Yeti
Are you sitting comfortably, little mice?
Yes.
So let my story begin. Good Morning, Neighbor by Davide Kali and Maria Deck. A mouse wanted to make an omelette. To make an omelette, the mouse needed an egg, but he didn't have one. So he thought, I'll go and ask my neighbor, the blackbird. Good morning, neighbor. Do you have an egg that I could use to make an omelette? I'm sorry, I don't, said the blackbird. But I do have flour. With an egg, we could make a cake. Let's go and ask my neighbor, the dormouse.
Oh, a cake? What a great idea. That's even better.
A mouse and a blackbird wanted to make a cake. Good morning, neighbor. Do you have an egg that we could use to make a cake? I'm sorry, I don't, said the dormouse. But I do have butter. You'll need butter to make a cake. For the egg, we can ask my neighbor, the mole. A mouse, a blackbird, and a dormouse wanted to make a cake.
Is it starting over again?
Well, Leon, I think that is the point.
Oh, I see.
Good morning, neighbor. Do you have an egg that we could use to make a cake? Sorry, I don't, said the mole. But I do have sugar.
Huh?
You'll definitely need sugar to make a cake. Perhaps my neighbor, the hedgehog, will loan us an egg. A mouse, a blackbird,
A dormouse and a mole.
wanted to make a cake. Good morning, neighbor. Do you have an egg that we could use to make a cake? I'm sorry, I don't, said the hedgehog. What kind of cake do you want to make? I have apples. Maybe we can make an apple cake. My neighbor, the raccoon, might have an egg. A mouse, a blackbird, a dormouse, a mole, and a hedgehog wanted to make a cake. Good morning, neighbor. Do you have an egg that we could use to make a cake? I'm sorry, I don't, said the raccoon. But I have cinnamon to add flavor. Let's go see if my neighbor, the lizard, has an egg. A mouse, a blackbird, a dormouse, a mole, a hedgehog, and a raccoon wanted to make a cake. Good morning, neighbor. Do you have an egg that we could use to make a cake? I'm sorry, I don't, said the lizard. But I do have raisins. Tiny sugary raisins. For the egg, we can ask my neighbor, the bat. A mouse, a blackbird, a dormouse, a mole, a hedgehog, a raccoon, and a lizard wanted to make a cake. They already had flour, butter, sugar, apples, cinnamon, and raisins. The only thing missing was an egg. They don't have an egg yet, but they do have all the ingredients to make a scrummy crumble in the name of an apple tart.
Well, instead of trying to find an egg, they should just come and ask you for a recipe.
Why not? Right, let's read on. Of course I have an egg, said the bat.
Yes, they finally have an egg.
The neighbors finally had all the ingredients they needed. And so they began. The blackbird poured the flour, the bat broke the egg, the dormouse added the butter, and the mole stirred in the sugar. The mouse mixed the dough, then the hedgehog added the apples, the raccoon sprinkled the cinnamon, and the lizard topped it with raisins.
They have everything.
Nearly. All we need now is an oven. Let's ask our neighbor, the owl, said the lizard.
Oh, yes.
A mouse, a blackbird, A dormouse, a mole, a hedgehog, a raccoon, a lizard, and a bat wanted to make a cake. Good morning, neighbor. Could we use your oven to bake a cake? Certainly, said the owl, so all of the animals joined the owl in her kitchen. The cake finally came out of the oven, and it was perfect. But when it was time to serve it, the owl asked, how many slices should I cut? The blackbird put in the flour, so she gets a slice.
The dormouse
Put in the butter, so he gets a slice.
The mole?
Offered the sugar, so obviously she gets a slice.
The raccoon
Oh, no, Leon. It's the hedgehog who provided the apples. So he gets a slice too.
The raccoon
Yes. A slice also goes to the raccoon for adding the cinnamon.
The lizard?
And a slice goes to the lizard for pitching in the raisins.
The bat
A slice goes to the bat for putting in the egg.
Yes.
And we must not forget a slice for the owl for the use of her oven. So that makes 8 slices in all. What about me? Asked the mouse.
Oh no, did they forget about the mouse?
You didn't put in anything, said the dormouse. So you don't get a slice. And anyway, it's hard to cut a cake into 9 slices. The mouse went away sadly, while the other animals began to divide the cake.
That really isn't very nice.
Let's see what happens. Well, said the blackbird, if the mouse hadn't asked me for an egg, I wouldn't have thought about giving him flour to make the cake. And if he hadn't asked me for an egg, I wouldn't have put in the butter, said the dormouse. And I wouldn't have offered the sugar, said the mole. And I wouldn't have pitched in the apples, said the hedgehog. And I wouldn't have added the cinnamon, said the raccoon. And I wouldn't have pitched in the raisins, said the lizard. And we wouldn't have a cake to share, said the bat. You're right, said the owl. And so they all cut the cake into 9 slices.
Oh, that's better.
Lucky the blackbird said that. Oh, now they're having a party with all their friends.
Yes, they did well to cut 9 slices, which wasn't that hard after all.
Because if the mouse hadn't thought to ask for an egg, no one would have come up with the idea of baking a cake.
One idea often leads to another. That's the good thing about having lots of people around. The end. And there we go, little mice. My story is done for today. But you know, I think that ending has made me peckish. What about you, mice?
Oh, yes, we're famished.
Ta-da! And it's even been pre-cut into 3 slices.
But our sizes aren't the same size as yours yet, Tilly.
Well, that's normal. It was my idea after all.
I think you didn't quite get the point of the story yet, Tilly.
Yes, well...